we got a lot done last night with regard to organization. Like we have all these piles scattered across the garage that we need to get in homes. But we went to Harbor Freight yesterday and bought a bunch of these like little drawers. And I spent time organizing all of our hardware and like labeling them like this. And they come with these little mounts. I don't want to put this directly on drywall. So when I was doing research about garage organization last night, I came across the French cleat system, which is where you basically mount a piece of long wood to a wall. And like here's the wall, here's your piece of wood. So you have like a long strip of wood just all along the wall, right? But at the top of the wood, so like up here at the top, it's cut at a 45-degree angle so that you can put this corresponding piece of wood at the opposing angle on it, and it'll like hook. I'll try to put a picture of what I'm talking about because I can't describe it. But anyway, what I thought I could do was, instead of mounting this to walls, I can mount this to a strip of that wood so it can just hang on French cleat style. And that way we can like move things around as our needs change. And also we can add to it forever. Anything you want to hang on there, you just put that piece of wood on the back of it and you can hang it on the wall on that piece of wood. So that's what I'm going to be working on right now.
think this is the best it's gonna get, which is fine with me. Like, I knew it wasn't going to be like this ultimate dream makeover situation, but it's a huge improvement from where we started. Everything has a home. We know where to put everything now, and that was my goal, just to have everything organized and tidy and hi honey, and in its home. So I'm very happy. We know where every tool is now, so we can continue to do the rest of the house. And P.S. you should subscribe if you want to follow my house renovation journey. This was just the very beginning. Like I said in the beginning of this journey for the garage, I wanted the garage to be, really nice and organized and tidy and clean, so we would be motivated to do the necessary work on the rest of the house. And we're at that point now. So I think the rest of the house is going to move pretty quickly. We just got our flooring in, and we're letting it acclimate. Apparently it can expand or shrink or something, so you have to let it sit in the house for a while to acclimate. After that, we're going to install the floor. We ordered wood for custom floorboards and trim and stuff to do in 2 of the bedrooms. This is a 3-bedroom house. And 2 of the bedrooms we're working on first, just to get them out of the way, because they're the simplest. One of them, I already scraped off the popcorn ceiling. We sanded the ceiling, primed it, painted it just flat white. Got some new ceiling fans off Facebook Marketplace, and we painted it like a very light neutral green. And that's it for now. The next step is to do the flooring, install the trim and stuff, baseboards, crown molding, and I have a project in mind I want to do for the closet doors in this entire house, actually, because all the closet doors are those bifold doors. They're not my favorite, but buying new doors is expensive, so I think I'm going to do like an improvement on the existing door situation rather than buying a new door. So that's coming next too. And then we have big plans for the master bedroom, which we haven't touched yet at all, so that's coming soon. Big plans for the living room. It's got this big vaulted ceiling, so we want to do like a big featured ceiling, which I don't know how I'm gonna get up there. We don't have a ladder that tall. I want to do like some, what's it called, board and batten? Like accent wall in the dining room. We have big plans for the kitchen too. We have lots of stuff coming, so if you like watching that kind of stuff, I would subscribe if I were you. Or you don't have to, it's okay. I think that's it for this one.
Hello, I just finished editing the very first episode of the series, so I'm like feeling super motivated to keep going, because you get that far in, like I went through all that footage and I was like, wow, we really did do a lot of work on the house, and I just hadn't realized it. Like it felt like I was making no progress, but then once I put all that footage together and saw it in a 20-minute timeline, I was like, wow, okay, we actually have done a lot, and it's got me really pumped to keep going. So up for today, it's finally the weekend, which means a ton of free time. My goal for this weekend is to, so we bought a bunch of trim boards, like I don't know what they call them, like 1x6s, whatever. We bought a bunch of trim, and I found a router at a yard sale. It's a table router. And if you don't know what a router is, it's this tool for wood that, like, depending on the pieces you put on the router, you can like carve out or shave different kind of shapes on pieces of wood. And so the sole purpose I bought that router is because I want to take all that trim and make a roundover edge. So I'll try to put a picture to show what I'm talking about. It's kind of hard to describe, but I want the edges of the trim on the baseboards to be rounded. I don't want it to just be, hard edges, 90-degree edges. I want them to be round. So my goal for today is, for the trim we've bought so far, I want to get all those edges routed with the roundover style. And then And maybe for this weekend as well, I'll tackle the popcorn ceiling in the second spare bedroom, because we have a master and we colloquially call them the 2 spare bedrooms. I already did one, it was not fun, but we have to do the second one. So pretty much the first round in the first spare bedroom was my practice run. So I know what to expect now. I think it'll go much faster. It'll be more efficient this time because I know what to expect. So yeah, that's a second goal for this weekend, to get the popcorn ceiling down in the second spare bedroom. And then I'm trying to think of everywhere else we need to do that, like take down the popcorn ceiling, because before I did it, I thought it was easy. It's not easy, it's a pain in the butt. So I think what we're gonna do is on certain areas, like the master bedroom for sure, and the living room, the vaulted ceiling here, we are not gonna bother with removing the popcorn ceiling. We're gonna cover it with like beadboard and intricate trim work. So I'll put some images here of what I'm going for. And I think because of those decisions, design decisions that is, we can avoid doing a lot of popcorn ceiling work. But I think for sure we have to do it in that second spare bedroom, probably in the kitchen here and the dining room and the entryway and the hallway. So it is a lot. But if I don't have to do it up here, I'm winning, because that just looks like a pain. Weather today is great. We had a cold front come through, and I think it's like literally 75 degrees outside. So I'm actually really looking forward to this. I'm just gonna set up the router table outside and just get this done. Very long compared to that table. So I think I'm just gonna find some stuff to stack, like on the front and back half of the table, so I can like feed it without having the wood toggle back and forth or topple back and forth. So let me work on that. So that worked well. I'm happy. So now, I don't know if I can show you this, but if you can see along that edge now, it's curved. It's no longer a right angle. This actually makes the edge of the wood stronger. I was doing research about it, And when you have a 90-degree angle, a cut on wood, it's like if you bump into it, which often happens with baseboards, it's much more susceptible to damage than if you round it over like this. And I just like the look better. So I think I need to go along again towards my very first part because I was still figuring out how to do this, and it looks a little different from down at the end. So I'm gonna redo this, and I'm gonna just do this with a ton of boards forever. I figured out that that stool was not the right height, so I just stuck that log under it, and now it's the right height, and it's easier to guide through. So that's kind of what I like about DIY projects. Sometimes you just have to like think on the fly and figure things out as you go and problem solve, and I enjoy that kind of stuff, you know? So I'm just gonna keep going a lot. Gosh, you guys, these boards are looking beautiful. I can't believe I scored that router table at a yard sale for literally 20 bucks. Like, I know you can get an entry-level router for, I don't know, 60 at Harbor Freight, but I got a higher end one and a table setup, a table setup for 20 bucks. And then I just got a few bits at Harbor Freight for like 8 bucks. And this is gonna make the trim look so nice. I'm so excited! This is a look though. Like, I feel like the yellow is bringing out the blue in my eyes. podcast later, and I am done with this batch of trim. I finished only painting one side, of course I don't need to paint both. Every single one has a curved edge to it, so I'm just gonna let these dry. And yes, I got paint on the floor, but I don't care, it's a garage floor. At one point, me and my husband were thinking we were going to like refinish the garage floor and put that epoxy stuff on it, but now I'm thinking like, I don't think I want to do that because I want this to be a designated spot where like I don't mind getting the floor dirty, you know, like I don't want to always have to lay a tarp out. So I'm fine with it now, but he might feel differently, we'll see. So I'm gonna clean up my mess, and I also realized we can't put this in until the flooring is in that bedroom, one of the spare bedrooms I mean. Well, you can, because like we have the floor itself, so we'll be able to tell the final height, and we could in theory just tack on the baseboards at like starting at that height, but that sounds harder than if we were to put the floor in and then do the baseboards. So it occurred to me we might as well just do the floors before we put this in. So another goal of mine this weekend is to do prep work for that floor. So we have that that felt underlining stuff to put under the floor as a moisture barrier, and that needs to be like cut to size and put on the entire subfloor. So I can do that, and then we can put the floor in. And I have boxes of flooring scattered all over my house because you have to let the floor, it's considered acclimating to the environment because wood can expand or contract. So it's been sitting in our house like all over the place for a week now. And according to the package, that's enough time now for it to acclimate to the environment, so it's ready to be installed. My back is killing me. I was bent over that for like 2 hours straight. And that's not even all of it. I would say that's maybe half of what we bought in that room. So, okay, time to clean up. I forgot to mention, one tip I've learned from painting so much, because we have painted a lot already. When you're cleaning up, scrape this guy because there's so much paint trapped in here. Now I have a lot more extra paint to put back. There we go.